Nós estamos aqui, gente, numa tampa fechada aqui. Tô doidinha pra sair. Olha aqui. Eu sou um pouquinho claustrofóbica.
The restaurant is all 100 meters down.
Agora nós estamos no complexo Saqqara e que eles têm escavações aqui, inclusive tem um documentário no Netflix, quem tiver aí, só sobre essa região aqui no Egito, que eles mostram as escavações e tal, chama alguma coisa do Saqqara, vocês vão achar lá fácil. E a gente vai parar que ela vai explicar, né, pra gente a importância do lugar, o que que tem aqui. Agora, olha que interessante. Olha que como é verde, gente. Good.
Starting from the first dynasty till the second century. Can you imagine how much treasures we have here in this area?
So
Every
many.
day they discover something new. Really, here it's a big treasure. Under the ground,
Yes.
we have a lot of treasures.
Wow.
But let's just say that this pyramid, that is the first pyramid ever in the history. That is the Step Pyramid in Saqara. That was built in which dynasty? Third.
Wow.
Because in the first and the second dynasty, do we have any pyramids?
No.
No. Starting from the third dynasty. The third dynasty, we have that pyramid. What is the name of the king, the founder of the third dynasty and the owner of this pyramid? His name is Zoser or Djoser. Okay? Djoser or Zoser. We say Djoser or Djoser. Djoser, he asked from his architect to build a tomb. Who was the architect? The most famous architect ever. He is Imhotep. Did you hear about Imhotep?
No.
I think I heard about his name already.
Wow.
Imhotep, he was a genius man. Imhotep, he was the architect who built this pyramid. He was a doctor. We said he was in which dynasty?
In the third.
You know, in the New Kingdom. Later, they considered him the god of medicine because we found a lot of papyrus written about the medicine he wrote by him. Wrote by him. So he was architect, he was engineer, and he was doctor. Engineer because we found a lot of papyrus written about the flooding of Nile. So engineer, architect, and a doctor. He was a genius man.
Wow.
Imhotep. So let's say that Zoser, who was lucky man to have Imhotep in his time. Okay?
Okay.
That's another thing. Imhotep, he decided to make a tomb, but he made steps. You see that step? He made like 2 or 3 steps. Then he made this wall, and this wall was bigger, was around all of this area.
Wow.
But by the time the wall was destroyed and we have only this part.
Okay.
Okay, so can you imagine how it was bigger? Was around all of this area? Okay, so Imhotep, when he went out, he couldn't see the steps, the pyramid, the
Yes.
tomb. So he decided to add extra 2 steps, then another step.
Aha.
So he didn't have a plan to make a pyramid at all. Okay, just he wanted to make a tomb, but high tomb. Then he made the steps. In the end, we discovered that he made a pyramid. So they said, wow, it's a good idea. For this reason, the kings who came after him in the 4th dynasty, they built pyramids. So if
Interesting.
someone says that the aliens built the pyramids, don't believe them.
No, it's not.
I heard this before.
Exactly, because aliens, you know, it's a human. Why?
Yes.
We said that was built in the 3rd dynasty. In the 4th dynasty came the king Snefru, and the king Snefru, he decided to make 2 pyramids, to build 2 pyramids. Or one, in the beginning he wanted to make 1 pyramid. Then he started to make the pyramid, then he made a mistake in the angle of the inclination. For this reason, the pyramid, instead of making a pyramid like that, the pyramid became like this.
Ah.
For this reason, we called it the bent pyramid, and this area called the shore in another area. So I will try to show the pyramid, but from far. But anyway, he built this pyramid, and he said, no, it is not nice, it is not correct, so I have to make another one. And he built another one in the same area in the shore. and he made it correctly. So he learned it from the mistakes he made, which means that's a human. If we are not human, we will not make mistakes, huh? Aliens, maybe they don't make mistakes, but human, we make mistakes and we can learn from our mistakes. So after building the two pyramids came the king Khufu. Khufu is the owner of the Great Pyramid in Giza, which we are going to visit later. But we started here because here is the beginning. This is the first pyramid at all.
Wow.
So here 42 columns, like 42 regions of Egypt. And look at the column here. Looks like what? What we saw on our way to come here. And he stopped for taking pictures.
The palms?
The palm trees, yeah. Because Imhotep, he wanted to imitate the nature. He wanted to make the columns looks like
A palm tree?
Here you see the original height of the column, like this one on the left side in the end, but most of them were broken. For this reason, they built this ceiling just to protect the place here. So everything here is old except here the roof, the ceiling. Okay, can you do your phone instead of the camera?
20 Jahre lang.
And look at the
Das ist super tief hier. Also so 15 Meter vielleicht, 20.
You can go inside this pyramid.
Yes.
And it's for free. And we will go inside this tomb. And I will show you beautiful colors inside and beautiful design.
Nice.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Hey.
5,000 years ago.
6th dynasty. Reign of King Teti.
Okay, listen to me. That tomb for someone his name Kagami. Kagami was like a minister or important person here, and we will find on the wall like designs are talking about the daily life. For example, here they dance. You see?
Yes.
Yes, the dancing here is
Clapping hands.
Yeah. Here, for example, is Kagami, the owner of this tomb. That's his picture. But I want you to look at the details here. For example, here they have the fish in their hands. You see? Fish and ducks. And here this man is still feeding the ducks to make it bigger. Till now, the old women, they use the ducks and they make them big like this by feeding them.
Oh.
Okay, and here you can see the buffaloes and the cows. They are trying to tie them to offer them like sacrifice for the god and goddess. Yeah. Wings are amazing.
Amazing. So good. Nothing half job here. Everything done good.
And look at the goats behind you. We have goats here.
Perfect.
Look at the details.
They're very artistic.
And here they have the fruits, vegetables, the ducks, just to offer them to the god and goddess. And they were trying to connect the life with the afterlife. And go inside here, come with me.
And some are painted and some are not painted.
Here you will see the cows and the bull. They are tied because they will offer them to sacrifice. They will kill them here
In
and
this
sacrifice.
place, probably.
Yeah. So you will see all of them are tied. Mark, here's the place where they put the sarcophagus, the coffins. You see? So look at the colors and the details here. And look at this door. This we call it the fake door or the false door. Because they said that the soul can go out and come back easily, free.
Wow.
So they were using this place for the sarcophagus and coffins. And this is the fake door or the false
That
door.
written there is the language
That's the hieroglyphic.
hieroglyph from the
and
time.
This is the hieroglyphic to write everything on the walls to center.
From the daily life, from to have the same servant, the same kind of food.
Amazing, beautiful.
And here they use the jars to keep the water and milk and wine and oils and essence and everything.
Wow.
Can you believe the colors? And we're talking about the old kingdom 5,000 years ago, like 6th dynasty.
This is 6,000 years old. 5,000 years old.
Like 4,000, exactly. 4,000 and a half, 5,000, yeah.
Yes.
They are fighting each
They are
other.
fighting.
And here they are fishing. The people you see, they are fishing.
Look, start. Look, sarcophagus. Look, watch, look.
Can I go?
Look.
Oh. Ah, okay. I see. Beautiful draw.
Ah, yeah.
Beautiful draw here.
Dit is photographië.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Hello, isn't it?
الموميا Egyptian Museum. This is the basalt forum in Sudan. 65 ton.
65 ton.
Mumia Egyptian Museum. Mumia, one person, no family, one.
One person here, love. Wow.
Up there.
Very beautiful.
That's it.
It's like a...
You're up, you're up.
Now you can go.
I go up? No. I can't touch it here. Very beautiful. Nós estamos aqui, gente, numa tampa fechada aqui. Tô doidinha pra sair. Olha aqui. Eu sou um pouquinho claustrofóbica.
The restaurant is all 100 meters out.
Olha isso, gente. Ai, ainda bem que eu tô indo embora. Vendo a luz. Ufa! Que alívio sair desse buraco. Agora nós estamos indo em direção às pirâmides de Giza. Tá gostando do vídeo? Tá gostando do conteúdo aqui sobre o Egito? Já dá o seu joinha, se inscreve no canal, deixa aí seu comentário se tiver alguma dúvida. E vamos acompanhar o próximo também. Dá só uma olhadinha o que vem por aí.